Look at your reflection right now. You know instantly that it is you. You don't flinch, you don't panic, but the first human who ever saw their own face had absolutely no idea what they were looking at, and what they did next changed the course of your entire species. For most of human history, still water was rare. Moving rivers distorted everything. Puddles were muddy. The idea of seeing your own face clearly, perfectly mirrored back at you simply did not exist. Then one day, somewhere between 100,000 and 200,000 years ago, a human crouched over a still pool of water, and they saw something staring back. They almost certainly ran. Psychologist Gordon Gallup Jr. spent decades studying how animals respond to their own reflections. He discovered that most animals never figure it out. Dogs bark at mirrors their entire lives. Birds attack the glass. They see a stranger, a threat, something to fight or flee. Gallup called the ability to recognize yourself in a mirror self-awareness, and when he tested it across hundreds of species, almost none of them had it. Your ancient ancestors were the exception, but it did not happen instantly. Developmental psychologist Philippe Rochat found that human babies go through 5 distinct stages before they recognize their own reflection. In the first days of life, a baby looks at a mirror with pure confusion. By 18 months, something shifts. The brain makes the connection. That is me. Rochat called this the mirror moment, one of the most significant cognitive leaps in development. Now imagine experiencing that for the very first time as an adult. No framework, no language for self, no concept of a face belonging to you, just a strange creature in the water, copying your every move. Ancient humans almost certainly thought the reflection was another being, a spirit, a ghost, an ancestor watching from another world. Anthropologists studying early burial sites have found polished obsidian stones and sheets of pyrite, the earliest known mirrors, placed deliberately next to the dead. Not as tools, as offerings. The ancients believed the reflection held something real, something alive, something that needed to be honored. Here is the counterintuitive twist. They were not entirely wrong. Neuroscientist Vittorio Gallese discovered that your brain contains mirror neurons, cells that fire not only when you act, but when you watch others act. When you see someone flinch, your brain flinches too. When you watch someone cry, the same circuits light up as if you were crying yourself. Your reflection is not just an image. It activates the same neural network as watching another person. Your brain is literally treating your own face as someone else's. What your ancestors feared in the water was not superstition. It was biology. And that fear shaped everything. The moment a human understood that the face in the water was their own face, something profound broke open in the mind. The concept of self. The idea that you are a separate being, observable, mortal, aging. Philosopher Julian Jaynes argued that self-consciousness, the ability to think about yourself as an object in the world, was one of the most destabilizing discoveries the human mind ever made. It is the reason humans began decorating their bodies, burying their dead, building rituals, telling stories. All of it traces back to one moment. One still pool, one startled face staring upward. You carry that moment with you every morning. When you glance in the bathroom mirror, you are completing a cognitive loop that began over 100,000 years ago. Your brain performs in milliseconds what once took your ancestors a lifetime to understand. The face in the water was not a spirit. It was not a ghost. It was not something to fear. It was the first time a living creature on this planet looked at itself and thought, I exist. And that is still the most radical thing any mind has ever done. So the next time you catch your reflection by accident, in a window, in a spoon, in still water, and feel that strange half-second of not quite recognizing yourself, do not shake it off too quickly. That flicker of confusion is 200,000 years old, and it is exactly what your ancestors felt the first time they looked down and saw you staring back.